Good afternoon, Hornet Nation. Welcome to the Daily Buzz. I'm Joe Hutzler. We apologize for not coming on at our normal time today, but do not remiss, we will still have our normal show. Let's begin, shall we? Equestrian, back to last Friday we go with the ODAC Equestrian Championships, and Lynchburg was represented very well. Let's take a look at some of these highlights from the weekend, brought to you by Bell's Automotive Services here in Lynchburg, Virginia. And as we mentioned, we head on to the Equestrian Championship from Sweetbriar College at the Harriet Howell Rogers Riding Center. Danny Hersberg, the first rider up for Lynchburg, who had a pretty good day overall. A couple missteps here and there in certain rides, which led to the eventual fifth place finish for the squad. Some slow-mo action here for senior Carol Ambekas. Check out this jump, the very first jump of the first of two courses that the riders had to take over fences this past Friday before finishing with the open flat events. Two of those sections as well. Allison Turek, and a nice finish for her in the first run. She finished 16th for Lynchburg with an average of 71. And Christina Antonucci, who would have some hardware at the end of the day for herself in her final ODAC championship ride. Smooth as usual with Vico, the name of her horse. And she would go on to take home the Scholar Athlete of the Year award. President Guerin was there with J.J. Nekoloff to present the award. Vico wasn't ready to stop yet as she grabs that hardware. Lynchburg finishing fifth overall. Randolph is your 2018 champions with Sweetbriar in second, Hollins third, W&L fourth, and Bridgewater rounding out the top six. Let's move on to some baseball highlights. The first game, not much to get excited about, so we're just going to show you the second game against Emory and Henry, in which Lynchburg already had a 3-0 lead when Austin Kesey gets one through the middle, and that will score one in the bottom of the third to make it 4-0. Here's a slide at home, and sliding in safely is Matt Ward for a 5-0 start to the day in Game 2. Much better than the previous game earlier on. It's 5-2, bottom of the sixth. Colin Corey keeping things alive here with a blooper into center field. That means one run will score. And now you watch, and 2 runs score. Crossing the plate, a 2 RBI single for Colin Corey, who eventually stole second and third and came around for a run. Here's Kesey in the bottom of the sixth. 7-2 score makes it 8-2. Kesey with the RBI single, bringing Corey around. Kesey would steal all the way around to second. Now watch the next play. He's up at the top of your screen from second base. He's getting a good lead off, and he takes off, stealing third. Here's the throw, down to third. It gets away from third base, so Kesey will have a nice jog in the home plate. Lynchburg holds on to win Game 2, 11-8 over the Wasps of Emory and Henry College. And now moving on to men's lacrosse at number 18, Roanoke, the sixth opponent for Lynchburg this season, ranked in the top 20. One of my favorite things when they come out is just tossing the sticks. Great footage there from Kerr Stadium. Here's Evan Lombardo, and a good work around the perimeter finds Riley Schmidt, who had 2 goals in this game. The freshman getting Lynchburg on the board early in the first quarter. We move ourselves into nighttime action under the lights on Saturday night it was. They'll be under the lights for this Friday night here at home. Colin McGuire with one blow that beats the keeper Ian Davies for one of his 3 goals. Here's McGuire again to a strong hand, left side, and it bounces in just across the goal line and out for the senior, a 3-goal night. Lynchburg trying their best to come back. They made it a 1-goal game to start the fourth quarter. Trammell Robinson, one of his 3 on the evening, but in the end, Lynchburg just in a hole too much, could not get out of it. They lose 13-11. All right, let's move on to some other results from the weekend. It was a tight one at Bridgewater College for men's tennis, and a 5-4 loss for them. They're 4-7 now. Nick Savino and Zach Shane had doubles wins along with Juan Borgia and Colton Mullen, so there's some bright spots there along with the Zach and Juan singles wins as also. Allie Deacon at the Raleigh Relays had a 1,500-meter run of 4.5 minutes, essentially, way faster than I could ever think about. It's a new 2018 season ODAC record, beating it by 24 seconds, and it holds the second quickest 800-meter time in Division III with that 2:11 that she ran on Friday also. So continuing her dominance in the sport of track and field, and certainly on her way to nationals come May. Speaking of track and field, the women and men were at Christopher Newport in their blue and silver challenge. Rachel Murray had an event victory in the women's javelin. Second place finish for Lacey Elliott in the 100 and 200, and Madeline Van Aken, better known as Maddie Van Aken, second place in the pole vault and third place in the triple jump. For the men, it was a second place finish for Casey Kalinowski. Isaiah Williams had a third place finish in the high jump, and 10th place for Brandon Hagg in the 1,500 meter run. Softball was on the road at number 4, Randolph-Macon College, and in the first game, it was a 10-inning game. Those of you that know what softball usually plays, it's 7, so a lot of extras there in that first game. Lynchburg winning that one thanks to an RBI by Sarah Commons, and Lynchburg giving the Yellow Jackets their first loss in 10 tries. Second game for the ladies, not so well, 7-0 your final in game 2. Women's lacrosse was on the road last Friday at Roanoke, and #CTN. They defeat the Roanoke Maroons 15-12 for their third straight victory, and they're still undefeated in the early goings of their ODAC season, a 6-goal day for Alicia Sandoval. It's game day today and tomorrow for golf. The first round began today at 8:30 a.m. from the Poplar Grove Golf Club in Amherst, Virginia, and again, we'll keep you up to date on that as we will go there today and find highlights to bring to you tomorrow morning here on the Daily Buzz. Baseball takes on Greensboro tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Our coverage on LHSN beginning around 2:50 as the Hornets get ready to take on the Pride. Plus, women's lacrosse is at Washington and Lee tomorrow at matinee action, late matinee action, 4:15, and WNL, one of the other undefeated teams in the ODAC, and a good barometer for Lynchburg as far as if they are the real deal or not in the conference. All right, let's move on to campus events, 3 of them to get to this afternoon. April 4th, don't forget, is Spirit Day. That's this week. Show off your Hornet pride by celebrating the transition from college to university. And don't forget, the movie is at 8 o'clock that night. It's on the Dell, not at Schellenberger Field like everything else. Also on the same day, but earlier in the afternoon and morning, is the Spring Fling vendor. Stop by and visit the many vendors at the West Room on the 3rd floor of the Drysdale Student Center. And in student athlete terms, it's Division III week. National Division III week is this week, April 2nd through the 8th. Here is a list of the things that we will remind you about all week long that you can participate in with student athletes, or if you are a student athlete. The Penny Wars begin today, so 11:30 to 2 o'clock, and then 4:30 to 7 o'clock. There will be jars set up for each team here at Lynchburg, 19 teams that all participate, and of course with pennies and bills, you can add to their total. If you want to take points away, you can always add silver coins. In the end, everybody wins because all the money gets donated to Water Mission, which is a really large community service group that is helping to bring clean water to Puerto Rico. Well, it's that time of the show where we tell you what day it is on the National Day calendar. Today is a tasty one. It's National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. So what we're going to have you do for us, hopefully, is answer our very in-depth poll on Twitter at Lynchburg Sports as to what your favorite jelly is when you make a PB&J. My personal favorite is strawberry. Don't give me grape. I won't eat it. End of story. All right, that's all the time we have for today. We'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. at our normal time here on Facebook.com. And of course, to stay up to date with everything Lynchburg Hornets, you can do that by downloading the One Nation app for iOS and Android devices. Until tomorrow morning, remember, it's a great day to be a Hornet, and we are One Nation.